Okay, guys, now that we understand what we have to do, we need to be able to do it on an HSI and to interpret it in the HSI. Let's get to it. So, we already know that what's a DME arc. It can be 3 DME arc, 6 DME arc, 10, 20, whatever. It's just basically a distance from the VOR. The VOR DME in this case, you need to have a DME coupled, of course. And we already know the anticipation, but how do we do it in the instrument? Okay. Well, first of all, I think that the first step it's just to interpret the HSI, and it's just the same as well, this goes too much. It's just the same as what we've been doing. So basically, once again, the VOR it's always in the, let's say, in the middle. I don't want it like this, no fill. Okay, so we need to interpret, we need to imagine the VOR in the middle. First of all, of course, the VOR it's here. We are now on course approximately 002, or let's say 360 to round it up. We are on course 360, and we are so the VOR it's in front of us, so we are on radial 180 approximately. We can see here that it's 18 something, 184 or something, but let's say 180 to simplify it. All right, and well, we are basically here in this radial. We're going to the station. Okay, but this time I'm gonna ask you to do not imagine yourselves here. I want you to extend this line, okay, and I want you to imagine yourselves outside. Why? Because if you do this, you have here a perfect DME arc on your scale. As you can see, your scale is a perfect DME arc. Okay, so, and we have a DME arc with all the radials. How lucky of us, huh? So basically, what we want to do is just to intercept the arc, and let's say that we are at 15 nautical miles right now, and this is the 10 DME arc. Okay, I'm gonna put here 10 nautical miles DME arc. And so basically what we want to do is we want to intercept the arc. Let's say that it's clockwise. Okay, clockwise. So if it's clockwise, it's gonna rotate like this here, like this, like this. This is how our clock works, right? So if the arc is here and we want to go clockwise like that, we'll need to go to the left side. All right, and you already know that you need to do the calculation for the anticipation. Let's say that we did it and it's 0.5 nautical miles, the anticipation. So I am at 15 nautical miles and I want to intercept the 10 DME arc. So I need to do anticipation of 0.5, for example. So at 10.5 I'll need to start my turn left to follow the DME arc. But left where? What track? What heading? Where do I go? Okay, to follow this DME arc. As you can see, a DME arc it's nothing less than to keep your track always 90 degrees with the radial that you are. Okay, throughout the whole DME arc you're gonna be always tracking 90 degrees with the radial that you are crossing. Okay, I'm gonna give an example. If you are doing the DME arc and you're here, you're gonna be going in this direction, right? Let me choose another color. This is not very good. So if I'm here doing the DME arc, this is the radial that I'm at, and once again my direction is going to be 90 degrees with always with the radial that I'm at while I'm doing the DME arc. It's the same thing as when kids are playing around and they're like if they strap how can I say like a line to a post, and then you grab the line and you want to do a circle around the post, you just push it and go all the way always front. Okay, so your motion vector, it's going to be always 90 degrees with the center pole. And this is exactly the same thing. If you're always 90 degrees with the radial that you're crossing, you'll be always doing a DME arc. So that will solve our previous question. That is, I'm turning left, but where do I go? Well, the radial I'm at right now, it's radial 180, right? Or 185, whatever. So the question that I want to make you is that what's always 90 degrees with my course? Or let's say it like that, what's always 90 degrees with my radial? It's this scale, okay? This scale always points 90 degrees, 90 degrees in relation to my course. You want to see it? Let's see it. Look here, I'm gonna move the course. See it? The scale, it's always 90 degrees with the course. This is awesome for us. Why? Because, let's go back. Because if the scale is always 90 degrees with the course, and I want to be always 90 degrees with the radial that I am crossing, then I just need to follow the scale. Okay? So, let me do an example. Right now, I would have to follow to approximately 270, 275. That's where the scale is pointing. All right. So let's do that. Let's go to the simulator online. Heads up for and cheers for Luis Monteiro who did this awesome website for us to practice. So first thing, interpret. Where are we? Okay, so we are, there's the VOR there in the center. I'm outside, so I'm extending this line. I'm somewhere here. I have a perfect DME arc here. I want to do it clockwise, okay, like this, to the left, okay. It's not to the left. Basically, I'm gonna need to turn left to enter DME arc, okay. And I'm an aircraft here who is going to do this DME arc with the VOR in the center. So I'm right here. Sorry, I'm a little bit before, and I'm gonna take it out of pause. Okay, how do I know that it is working? Okay, now I know. Okay, so I'm gonna turn left. Let me just check. Where do I check my DME distance? Param pam pam pam. Param pam pam pam. Mach. No. All right, we have the nautical miles there, sorry. So as we can see, we have 7 nautical miles. So let's say that we want to catch the 6 nautical miles arc, okay? Pause. We are currently at 100 knots, so 0.5%, it's going to be 0.5. So at 6.5, I'm going to turn left to intercept the arc, okay? Let's see it here. At 6.5, I'm going to turn left to intercept this arc, okay? Let's do it. Taking it out of pause. 6.5, there I go. Turning left. Where am I turning? Well, 90 degrees with my with my course, okay, which is also representing my radial. All right, so here I go. Okay, pause. So what happened? I turned, all right. I missed the DME arc by 0.1 nautical mile. Okay, no problem, no worries. Where am I at this point? Well, at this point, this let's say this aircraft turned left, and now our point of view is completely different. Okay, now our point of view it's like this. How do we interpret this? This might be challenging. It's not, but let's say that it is. So right now, what it's going on? So basically, what's going on is that the VOR it's still in the middle. Okay, this radial that we selected, so we were here. Okay, and we did something like this. Okay, so now we are not here, we are here, so it's normal that this radial is behind us. Okay, so now what do we have to do? We need to recenter the CDI. Let's do it. Okay, let's recenter the CDI. Okay, and now we know that we are actually, let's do a new one. Now we know that we are actually, sorry, right here. Okay, we are actually here. All right, and now how do we follow this DME arc? Well, we need to be always 90 degrees with the radials that we are crossing. Let's try and do it. Okay, I'm going to take it out of pause. And so I have to be 90 degrees, so turning a little bit to the right to follow this one, but my HSI is going away. So I'll need to be always pushing it up. Okay, so as you see, the HSI goes away, and I just need to keep 90 degrees with the HSI, but the HSI needs to be always centered. As you can see, I will have to be always turning the course button to maintain this DME arc. Okay, turning 1 degree and turning, I'm turning, you cannot see, but I'm turning with my left hand the aircraft. Okay, here on my pad, I'm always turning the aircraft at the same time as I am turning here the course selector. Turning the course selector, turning the heading, turning the course selector, turning the heading. Pause. Okay, it's on pause. So, as you can see, this is not doable because we would always have to be turning 1 degree and then turning the course selector 1 degree to make sure that we were always at 90 degrees, okay, with the course selector. But what can we do? What do we do? What we do, it's basically we choose the radial 10 degrees ahead. Okay, I'm going to take it out of pause. We choose the radial 10 degrees ahead and we just do a 90 degree angle with this radial. Okay, and then when this radial enters, so recenters again, what happens is that when this radial recenters again, what happens is that you'll need to choose the radial 10 degrees away and turn again. As you can see here, I'm turning the aircraft, turn again to follow what 90 degrees with the radial, and pause. As you can see, we've been doing this since the beginning which was, let me see, I think I have the picture here to show